And Congresswoman, I should know, Utah, your home state, it's all vote by mail. Obviously a very Republican state, so why are so many Republicans in other states unwilling to make it so easy to vote? Doesn't seem to have had any effect on, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the most diverse state in the nation, but it doesn't seem to have had much of an effect on electing Republicans in Utah.
Well, I think it's because there are so many people that are worried about their narrative, what other people are going to say about them versus what is right for the American people, the people that they're closest to. And I have to say, just recently, Davis County Clerk invited people to come in and show them the process. Say, this is what we're doing. This is vote by mail. Do you have any input? So, I mean, these are the thing that people should be doing. And stop worrying about themselves. Worry about what's good for the American people.
All right. Thanks to both of you, Congresswoman Love, Congressman Kennedy. Good to see both of you. Coming up next, Dr. Fauci just said, what parents
Wait a
of children
minute.
under 5...
This trick said nothing when he asked her about what Mitch McConnell had just said. I want to go back to that, rewind back to that part, and just show y'all how she said a bunch of nothing. Who is this woman? But she ain't on our team. She ain't on our team for sure. I can tell by how the way she talk.
Let's play what he said that he is, what his staff is saying he misspoke about.
What's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans. A recent survey
As Americans.
94% of Americans.
So
thought it was
we not
easy to vote.
Americans.
This is not a problem.
In point of fact, I don't think it's accurate to say that African American voters are voting in as high a percentage as white Americans. But what people took umbrage at is that he said African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
Yeah.
What was your reaction when you heard that? And is that revealing, as critics of McConnell say, of a mindset where white Americans are Americans and African Americans are African Americans?
Exactly. Now listen to
I've
her.
always said that we, all of us collectively, and I agree with my former colleague, Joe Kennedy, that we should do everything we can to give as many people access, as many places to access voting as they possibly can. And we've got a lot of work to do in the country. And what's really frustrating to me is that leader after leader is just sowing these little seeds of doubt in our electoral process. It's now more than ever, we need people to step up to the plate and say, this is how we're going to make sure that the electoral process is secure and people can have confidence in it. We've got a lot of work to do, obviously, and I think that these leaders really need to just step up to the plate and do what has to be done instead of playing this blame game back and forth and scaring the American people.
And Congressman, former Senator David
what?
against the incumbent Republican
You didn't answer the man question.
creating an election police unit.
You didn't. She danced around the entire question that he asked her and said a bunch of nothing. Did y'all see that? Did y'all hear that?
Fraud under the
Who is that woman?
administration, Attorney General Bill Barr and others.
She ain't for us,
Need for an election police unit.
and she ain't on our team.
There's not. To your point, Jake, this is a solution in search of a problem when, in fact, what you are seeing, shrinking the ability
Learn who these
of American
folks are,
electors to
people.
cast a ballot, that is election